welcome back to another episode of Tube Talk.
Thank you, Kate. It's wonderful to have you back.
Yes. So let's get right into this week. So on Friday in Ashburn in race 2 we have Rock the Cradle.
Yes, Rock the Cradle second up. Had a fresh up run at Marlborough for a 6th. His best work was on the line. He steps up to 2,200 metres. He gets a nice barrier draw, better than his last start. That step up in distance will suit. He should be handy most of the way, and expect him to run quite well on a track that should suit, just with the cut out of it.
Awesome. Then on Saturday at Rotorua in race 3 we have Zipper.
Yeah, 6 on the ballot. Unlikely to get a run. First up run was super. She ran 4th first up. If she does get a run, even though it's barrier 20 and she'll get back, she will be a nice chance at really long odds, but she's more likely to get a Ruakaka next Wednesday.
Cool. Then in race 6 we have Campari.
Yeah, don't know what we did, Kate, at Rotorua. So Zapur was 20 out of 20. Campari's 14 out of 14 at the barrier. Horse is flying, going really well. Get a track to suit, good distance. Just difficult with 14 of 14 where she ends up in the running, and the barrier could beat her. But if not, the barrier is her biggest danger. She's well. She's a really good chance if she gets luck.
Cool. Then in race 7 we have Has a Halo.
Yeah, Has a Halo has been unlucky early in her campaign. The last couple of runs were just fair, but and she's got barrier 17. What? But the blinkers are going on and her work's been sharp in them, so she might be a wee way back and the track might not quite be firm enough for her, but it's going to be really interesting to see her in blinkers. If it just focuses her up and she handles the track, she could do anything.
Cool.
Yeah.
Then in race 8 we have Running Man.
Running Man, one of the worst rides of the season last start. I'm still ropeable about it. He's got a nice barrier draw of 3. His work's been good. Forget his last start run. His previous 2 runs were good. He won, and then he came from last. Was only beaten a length and a half in his next run. So he should get quite a nice run from barrier 3. Reasonably handy. The 1,400 metres suits. He will probably be 15 or 20 to 1, and he can run way better than that. He's a genuine each way chance.
Cool. Then that same day at New Plymouth in race 1 we have Tennessee Rock.
Yeah, so 2-year-old race has been hard to get into lately. We had her in at Matamata midweek over 1,200, and she didn't make that field. So we're going to New Plymouth. She is a horse that we really feel is a 3-year-old, and we like her quite a lot, and we know she's going to get over a mile and further ground. So this is a good educational run for her. Saying that, her work's been good this week. She's got a barrier 8 at 12, slightly awkward, Daryl Bradley in the saddle. Now you look at her form and it doesn't look that great, but her first run was in the spring when she was over the top, and her last run she actually got carted back through the field and then was starting to warm up late. So if she can get a nice run in transit, I think you'll see her run a far improved race. Big question mark is how wet the track will be, and whether we just don't know whether she'll handle it if the rain comes and it gets out to a slow or heavy. We just have no idea at this stage, but we'll find out. Cool.
Then in race 5 we have Rip 'Em Up.
Very talented horse. Ran 4th her last 2 starts, getting home really well, steps up to the mile. It's a drop in class, I guess, even though last start was a maiden. It was a much stronger maiden. She finally gets a good barrier of 3. She should get track conditions to suit. She looks very hard to hold out.
Cool. Then finally on Saturday at Scone in race 2 we have Rakik.
Yeah, Rakik. So he ran last start at Hawkesbury. Awkward draw. He got back and wide, pulled his block off, sat 3 and 4 wide, and still stormed home for 3rd. So he's got barrier 2 this time, so he'll be able to sit up a bit handier. She'll get a much nicer run in transit, and he should be an excellent each way chance. He can break through for another win on Saturday. Really like his chances at Scone.
Awesome. So you just wanted me to mention that last week's Beauty of the Week was very successful.
Finally. Well, we've had a couple lately. I know it was short price, but it was so obvious. And in Australia, you paid $2.20. I think it's $1.70 here, but it looks a hurdler to follow through the winter. So very pleased about that.
Awesome. So now it's time for this week's bet of the week. And
drum roll.
yes, our bet of the week this week is Rip 'em Up.
Our own horse at
Yes.
Taranaki. I think she finally gets a good barrier draw, gets to a distance she likes, should get given the tracks. She might be $2.50, $3, but it looks a really, really good race for her to break through for her maiden win. So I think she's our bet of the week, and hopefully I'd like to be here next week saying our bet of the week was successful.
Yes. So that wraps up TubeTalk this week.
A very quick one, Kate.
Yes.
And we shall see everyone next week.
Bye.
1,000 metres out, and this is the biggest lead in the Cup I've ever seen. Kotari Chief has got 25 lengths lead. In second place is Brook Bond, then followed Lou. Now they're starting to panic, these blokes, and they should. Now Darius Fun is next, Solveig on the inside, then followed by the Filbert on the outside of it. Next is Fortchevel. These are all in a bunch, but there's a one-horse go, and he's away by 20 lengths. Kotari Chief going towards the turn, being niggled at a little, but he's got 20 lengths to spare. In second place, Lack of Reason, Brook Bond, then Darius Fun, then followed Solveig, Bounty Hawk. 3 back to 12 gauge, then followed Royal Heights, then the Filbert being well niggled at as they come round the turn. He's got a big break, he can almost lie down and have a rest. He's in front, Kotari Chief, 15 to 20 lengths, Darius Fun, then followed by in third place, Lack of Reason, 12 gauge, Royal Heights. Kotari Chief starting to stagger, he's got 12, 15 lengths clear though. Darius Fun then followed 12 gauge as he goes towards the post. Kotari Chief, he's got 15, 20, they're never going to get him, what a ride. Kotari Chief has got as well, one second place, 12 gauge out wide, Royal Heights, the fight is only for the minors. Kotari Chief wins it, he bolted in 12.